Hey bike farmers, we did it! Sorry about the lack of bike content, but this one's for the aspiring YouTubers out there. The past 3 weeks since I monetized my channel has been absolutely crazy. Now I'm not going to be like the rest of them and save the numbers until the end. On day 20 of being monetized, my estimated revenue is $1,008.69. And I'm literally just a bicycle mechanic. Honestly, I can't believe this is happening to me right now. And I'd feel guilty if I didn't share my story about how it got to this point. My success on YouTube at this point is beyond my wildest expectations. Of course, it didn't happen overnight and it didn't happen in a vacuum. It's much more likely that preparation has met opportunity and it's just presenting itself as good luck. So, here's how it's all gone for me, and I'm gonna start with the channels that inspired me to start my own. My YouTube journey starts with subscribing to YouTube Premium just so I could watch Bob Ross. Yeah, you know, PBS, Joy of Painting, Afro, that guy. I'm a napper, and I found that each episode, minus the interruptions for ads, provided a perfect power nap for me every afternoon. I usually fall asleep before he finishes The Sky, and I spring awake from the opening chords of his theme song as if I'm being snapped out of hypnosis. It's perfect. It didn't take me too long to notice that he does the same thing with each one of his episodes, just like I do with my bicycle tune-ups. My interest in YouTube as a revenue source began in 2020. I bought an old Mercedes and I had to figure out how to fix it, and I found Mercedes Source. I couldn't believe at the business that Kent had built off his YouTube channel, teaching people how to fix their own Mercedes, selling them parts and kits to get the job done right. I just couldn't help but think that's something I could do with bikes if I only had what it takes. Now about a year later, my interest turned away from cars and into guitars. And that's when I discovered Jerry Rosa's videos on his Rosa Stringworks channel. I found Jerry's hour-long videos repairing and building wooden instruments in his workshop in Missouri absolutely enthralling. The production of Jerry's videos is simple. He just lets the camera run while he works and talks, and talks, and talks, and talks. All right, Jerry, you might be watching this. Congratulations on 100,000 subscribers. Shortly after discovering his channel, I found a 1980 Gibson Dove for sale locally, and it had a broken bridge. I searched his channel and saw that he had rebuilt this exact same bridge in a prior video. I sent him a message and said, "I've got another one for you. Can I drop it off sometime and have you fix it?" He said, "Sure, come on down." Meeting Jerry, I asked him a little bit about his YouTube channel. I asked him, "You think it'd be a good idea if I started my own channel?" And he said, "Absolutely, do it." So that's what I did. In February 2022, I went out and bought a camera and microphone, and I set up a makeshift studio in my workshop and produced my first few videos. Of course, they were terrible. And as I was just starting to figure it out, bike season started. Now when bike season starts, I don't really have a whole lot of time for anything else. So the channel got moved to the back burner. So it wasn't until a whole year later that I really started going again. Early this year, in 2023, I reached out to my friend Chad for some editing help, and I started producing more videos. Then, sometime around April, I stumbled across one of Ali Abdaal's videos. In that video, he said, "If you put out 2 videos a week for 2 years, your life will change." So that's exactly what I set out to do. Little did I know that this bike season would be the slowest bicycle season in decades for the whole industry. As the weeks went by, the success of my channel became more and more important. It was either monetize the channel or go get a job, and I sure as hell didn't want to do that. Slowly but surely, my subscriber count was growing, but it was at a snail's pace. I did manage to produce a couple of videos that got about 1,000 views in a day. I thought that was pretty good, but they fell right off. I'm mostly putting out long-form, hour-long videos about fixing bikes, much like Jerry was doing on his channel, so it didn't take me too long to get to 4,000 watch hours. But it was the 1,000 subscribers that I was really struggling with. And that's when I found the Home Bicycle Mechanics Facebook page. I made a post using the cover photo from my YouTube channel. I asked them if they ever heard of this bike farmer guy who claims to be the Bob Ross of bicycles on YouTube, and they should really check him out. Well, they ate it up with a fork and spoon. Within like 3 days, on September 2nd, 2023, I had 1,000 subscribers, and I immediately monetized my channel. Hard to believe that was just 20 days ago. Now what I've learned from watching a few other videos like this one, if you make anything in your first month, you're actually doing pretty well. It also seems if you're trying to grow a channel really fast, what you gotta do is have a couple of videos that go viral. Now I knew my bike refurbishing videos were a little too nichey to go viral, so I had to come up with something else. Now anyone who knows me well, I've got a bunch of well-formed opinions, I like to share them, and I don't sugarcoat anything. Now this doesn't always land well, but in the world of YouTube, it works pretty good. As I was working so hard to get to that elusive 1,000 subs, I was kicking around the idea of this video of why are bicycle mechanics such assholes? I even went so far as to ask the World Bicycle Mechanics Facebook page, what is it about us that makes us such assholes? I also found a Reddit thread on the subject. All the while I was taking notes. Sometimes I'd be on a bike ride and have a good idea and I'd keep notes in my phone. The whole time I didn't really know it, but I was outlining a script. Then just a few days after monetizing the channel, I woke up and started producing my first scripted video and it went viral. Now here's what I did. First thing I did is took a really good catchy photo for the thumbnail and then I processed the crap out of it. Then in Canva, the free version, of course, using the thumbnail template, I used big bold letters for a headline that couldn't be missed. Then I worked on the title. Somewhere along the way, somebody mentioned that if you do a top 10 or a list or something like that, you already have a built-in story. It takes a lot of storytelling work out of your video. All you gotta do is list things and viewers are gonna stay tuned because they wanna see what's next. Then you've got the hook. Now for me, I try to be as authentic as possible on my channel. It's a little hard to do when you're scripting. But if you tell a personal story about a real life incident that happened, you've got a hook. Now I got lucky. My hook was a 1-star review and there's very little that people want to see more than other people failing. The screenshot of my 1-star review is the most rewatched part of that video and it happens in the first 30 seconds. I produced this whole thing and I didn't even know about how important the first 5 seconds is. Now the first 5 seconds of your video is what shows up in the autoplay when they're scrolling through their phones. So you have to have a catchy visual hook. I got lucky with mine. I started with my thumbnail image and then morphed that right into the video and visually it just sucked the viewer right in. They couldn't leave. Well, that's the magic formula. It's that simple. After 10 days, I have 160,000 views and it's made an estimated $681, just that one video. I also went from 1,200 subs at upload to 6,500 subs today. That's in 10 days. That's over 500 subs a day, and I was worried about getting to 1,000 3 weeks ago. All of my other content has benefited as well. I've only got about 50 videos out, and I've heard Mr. Beast say that you don't even know what you're doing until you've got at least 100. Regardless, now that the virality of the video has kind of worn off a little bit, I'm still at about 500 views per hour overall on the channel. Now, my RPM is averaging about $5 per 1,000 views. This channel is already making $2.50 an hour for me of passive income. I still feel very naive to this whole thing. Maybe it's wishful thinking, maybe this is all a flash in the pan, I don't know. But it makes me want to keep creating content. This is what I'm experiencing right now, in real time. I'm going to keep making little videos like this and I hope to inspire other people to try it out, to keep going, to fail fast, move on, make that next video, try this out, try that out. You never know what's going to work. If you've got a passion, give it a shot. I haven't felt this good about a project since I started the bike mobile 8 years ago and I'm having an absolute blast doing it. Thank you so much to everyone who has clicked into the Bike Farmer channel so far. Please like this video, subscribe to the channel, click the notification bell so you and your bike can stay tuned for more.